Hey guys, how's it going? I'm here in San Diego for a big conference and cruising around downtown here, and I have a message for you that is important. A question: what dream or goal have you given up on? What ambition, what desire, what hope, what aspiration did you just kind of acquiesce to and say, yeah, maybe this isn't a reality. Maybe I can't do it anymore. What's interesting is it's easy for all of us to slip into kind of fatalism, right? And we wouldn't even call it fatalism. We wouldn't even call ourselves fatalists. We think, we settle into, well, that's just the way things are, right? That's the way things are, or that's just the way I am. And we take certain things and we hand over our power, right? Because every time you blame somebody else, every time you blame your circumstances, you actually are handing over your power to change. You're handing over the God-given power to make a difference in your own life, and you're just putting it out there and giving it away, and so you literally become powerless because you believe that you can't. Right, and it's fascinating. It's powerful when we there's lots of interesting people running around here. This is awesome. But when we start to blame other people, blame circumstances, and start giving up on ourselves and thinking that we can't change, and there's certain things that are always in that, like personality is one of them. A lot of people think they can't change their personality, right? They have a real fatalist view about personality, but you can totally transform your personality. Another one is about our desires and our likes. We think, well, that's just what I like. I've always liked, that's what I like. And we think that our desires are off when we can actually transform our desires. And here's the thing, you guys, everything is trainable. Everything in your life is trainable. All your habits, your desires, your personality, your character, your circumstances, like everything you have going on is 100% trainable. You can train it all, you can make a difference. And here's the most ultimate fatality, right? You ready for this? The most ultimate fatality is when we blame God. And people do this all the time. We're like, well, God wants me to suffer, or God, is keeping me down. We blame Him. Then we think, oh, well, it's His fault, and well, if that's what He wants, then that's the way things are going to be, and there's just no changing it, right? And it's just that I totally get the principle of submission and understanding God's will and His timing. But what's interesting is if I make poor decisions or I don't do something about it, then it's my fault and it's my loss, and I become a fatalist, and I'm like, I lose the power, right? Oh, so anyways, this whole ramble here as I'm walking around San Diego, the whole ramble is like, don't let yourself slip into fatalism where you think you can't make changes and you can't totally transform yourself and your life. You have that power to become whatever you want, whoever you want, do whatever you want, and take back control of your life and make it happen instead of settling in. So again, I come back to the question, what have you given up on? Check out this cool wall. I'm going to show you guys the wall. What have you given up on, right? What dream, what aspiration, what vision, what goal? I want you to go after it again. I want you buried it somewhere. You threw it in a trash heap. Go find it, dig it back up, brush it off, clean it up, bring it back. What have you dreamed about? What have you hoped for that you kind of gave up hope on, and now you can get that back? Go after that and make that happen, and watch how it brings back life and excitement and joy And you can say, you know what, if there's any area of your life you're not satisfied with right now, maybe it's your health. And you guys, this doesn't have to be huge, grandiose. It can be small things too. Like, you know what, I want to be a little bit healthier. Boom. Okay. I want my marriage to have some spark and excitement back in. I want to be best friends with my spouse again. I want the romance back and the passion. Boom. Right? I want to connect with my kids and have more influence. I want to have more impact in the people around me. I want to have more influence in at work or in the neighborhood or at church or wherever, right? All these little things, like, start thinking through, start facing them, start analyzing them, and like get back in the game. Get excited again, and don't slip in this fatalism. Now, and you guys, I'm not trying to point out like, hey, I've been great at this and you're failing. What's fascinating is I struggled with this big time. I'm going to turn to the light here. I struggled with this big time. I was the ultimate fatalist, but I didn't even know it, because I literally had the belief set of like, well, this is the way things are, and so naturally that's the way things will always be. And I, without kind of unconsciously, took my power to transform my life and change my circumstances. I took that power and I just kind of set it over here of like, well, that's out of my control, which is the biggest lie and the biggest fallacy, and keeps us stuck. And so literally most of the time we are stuck because of our own beliefs about what we can change. But I want to tell you, it's all trainable, friends. It is all trainable, and you can work on yourself harder than you work on anything else, and you can create the circumstances you want. So it was George Bernard Shaw who said, the men and women who get on in this life are the ones who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they cannot find them, they make them, right? Whoa. So get up, my friends, look for the circumstances you want, any part of your life. When you want to make changes to your tastes, to your desires, to your outcomes, to the results, to your mind, your spirit, your emotion, your relationships, your body, your finances, whatever it is, take ownership of that. Stop blaming, stop making excuses, stop being the fatalist of like, it'll always be this way, and never's going to change, and the world's a terrible place, and life is hard and dreary and miserable, and that's the way things have to be, and God is making my life miserable, and it's His doing, so I'll just sit here and suffer. Don't be the fatalist. Pick it back up, get back in the game, make life, because my friends, life will be exactly what you make of it. Life will be exactly what you make of it. So make it awesome, because awesome is always an option. Even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Okay? Awesome is always an option. Reach upward, my friends.